Hey guys, Angry American. I wanted to do a quick little update. I know it's been a long time since I've actually done a video just directly myself, but it's not because I've been sitting around on my ass. I've been very busy. So update on rifles, because I know a bunch of you have orders in and others are wondering. Rifles are being manufactured. We ran into some hiccups with some anodizing and some other stuff. And to make up for it, we're going to be giving anybody who's already ordered a rifle, you're going to be getting some extra stuff. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to ship all the rifles in hard cases. So you're going to get a hard case out of this deal too. We're also going to be throwing in some other goodies. You know, you might get a bad lever in your box. You might, we're also throwing MBUS on all the rifles, so you'll have some sights on it when you get it. That wasn't in the original deal, but we're throwing those in there too, because this has taken a little bit of a while. The manufacturer uses an anodizer, and those guys kind of dropped the ball on some things, and we're trying to get that sorted out. So they're coming. They're in manufacture. We're hoping to have those here at Big Daddy by Wednesday next week. I don't even know what today's date. What is today's date? I don't even know. But next week, you guys see this video, it'll be next week, Wednesday. It should be here, and it'll start shipping out. So those are coming. And don't forget too, if you're looking for MREs, you can hit up MREnation.com, click on the Angry American thing there. You can order your MREs from those guys. On Facebook, there's some awesome reviews coming in for those. People are really liking them. I took some to Kentucky for the Kentucky class that I just did with Alan Kay. We did a survival class on a small little river down there. We had about 13 people, I think, show up. And Joe Cook, buddy, I'm really sorry. He rolled his truck on the way to the class. And your refund's coming. By the time you see this, it'll be done. But yeah, we did a weekend class in Kentucky. It rained all day Friday when we were there setting up. And I was kind of hoping that would last for a little while, but the students got lucky and the rain had ended by the time they showed up. But the cold weather moved in. So we did just a basic survival class over that weekend, showing people how to build primitive shelters, primitive fire. We went into some trapping stuff. We talked about using your edge tools as far as axes and knives and saws and all that sort of thing. We had a rain catch set up for water. We talked about processing water. We went into the kind of kit you should carry, the things you should be doing in the woods. And it was a great class. The feedback has been extremely positive, and we will do more of those. And remember, if you are in a place and you have a group of folks, if you want a private class, it's cheaper to bring us to you than to get everybody doing airfare or whatever may be necessary to come to us. So if you've got a group and you have a place, that's the most important thing. You got to have a spot to do this. We'll come to you. The other benefit that gives you is you're learning skills in your AO where you live. So if you live in Arizona, coming to the mountains of Georgia or Florida or something like that isn't going to give you a whole lot of benefit. You're going to learn some things, but having a class in your AO, big deal. Our buddies Matt Tate at American Survival Co. has got a cool surprise coming up. I'm just going to put a teaser out there. If you don't know who American Survival Co. is, you guys should look him up. He has a class coming up here soon in Costa Rica. If you want to go spend 11 days in the jungles of Costa Rica learning survival skills, go to American Survival Co. and sign up. There's only a couple slots. I think there's some slots open. But this is an expensive class. You're going to spend a little cash on this one. But it's 11 days in the jungles of Costa Rica. Like one of the fire methods we did in Kentucky was bamboo fire saw. In Costa Rica, that would be a handy skill to have. They pick up your hotel the night you land, the hotel the day before you leave. You have to do your own airfare, but once you're there, everything else is covered. So check out American Survival Co. if you want to go to Costa Rica. I would love to go, and I'd go myself if I had the time. Right now, I'm just super swamped. And the reason I'm super swamped is we're working on books, and I know I need to spend more time in front of my laptop, folks. Trust me, I'm well aware that I'm taking too long with these things, but we're trying to get them done. Part of what's eating up my time is the TV show. So I will be in LA, not next week, week after next, meeting with more studios and going back to MGM, sitting down with them again. They've got some more questions and stuff, so we're going to talk to those guys. But we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. We're also in the process of fundraising through investors, some large capital. I have to take a trip to Wyoming here shortly to send out some of those guys. I sat down in Tennessee with a very cool actor who I would like to see play Morgan. I don't want to get this guy's name out yet. I don't want to do it publicly. These things are touchy in Hollywood particularly. and I don't want his name associated with us yet until it's actually moving and going forward. But you guys will love him. He's one of us. This is an actor who lived in Hollywood, got tired of that kind of life, moved his family to Tennessee, and you know, he's got chickens, he's got a homestead, he's doing the thing. He's one of us. And I'll be excited the day I can announce that. Hell of a good guy. I spent a couple hours sitting with him and talking the other day. And I'm going to go to meet another dude in Wyoming, also an actor, who is one of us, for another part. And so when I go to visit the investors in Wyoming, I'll be setting up a meeting with this guy also. And if I can get these two dudes to attach, you guys are going to love it. They're you know who they are. You know, you'll know their names. And if you don't know their names, you just do a quick Google search and you'll be like, oh, that's right. Okay, this and this and this. So that's pretty exciting to me. So I'm hoping a studio will pick this up because, you know, I won't have to try to raise all the money myself, and production value could possibly be better. But I think if we raise the money ourselves, the money we're looking at raising just to shoot the pilot is going to be enough money that we will have extremely high production value. It'll be as good as anything Hollywood does. And we've got some cool ideas for some stuff now too that we're going to do in there. After spending a week in the woods, or a week with Alan, we talked a lot about it, and he had some really cool ideas too. So as far as in the show for things we can do. And on the Alan note, you know, he and I are partnering. We're going to start designing some gear. So we're going to have some kit coming out soon. There's going to be shelter sheets like tarps. We've got our own design. I've got somebody getting ready to start building the prototype for that. And then once the prototype's established, I've already got a manufacturer who's going to put those together in the United States. They're going to be made here. And we're going to do a line of knives as well, fixed knives. So Alan and I have to take a trip to Michigan and sit down with these guys. They can handle production quantity. These won't be like custom knives. They're going to be high-end production quality knives that you can take into the field and use. And we've got several designs in mind for things we want to do. Everything from general purpose, like a camp knife, all the way up to like a fighting style fixed blade. So, like I said, I got a lot of irons in the fire. That's why the things are taking me a little bit of time to get done. We're putting the business plan together right now that we will be presenting to investors. That's taking a little bit of time and money to get done as well. Everything's money. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So Kentucky class was great. You guys that came out, you were awesome. Everybody enjoyed themselves. We had a guy bring two 14-year-old boys out with him, and even they got friction fire. You know, you need to get out in the woods and use your stuff. You know, I talked to one of the guys that came. He drove from Maryland. This cat drove 13 hours to come take our class. And I was texting with him, and I said, well, the second night we were there, it got very cold. It was down 30-ish, maybe 29 even. And he said he ended up sleeping in his truck because he was freezing to death. And so I asked him, I said, did you learn anything? And he's like, yeah, I went out and bought a better sleeping bag. I took 20 pounds of garbage out of my pack. I was like, there you go. So you're learning. And that's the kind of stuff you learn when you get out and do this stuff. You know, YouTube's great for ideas and kind of getting you excited. Buying kit is great. You know, we all like to sit around the house and play with our stuff and touch it and mess with it. But taking it out in the woods and actually putting it to use is an eye-opening experience for everyone. You know, in the primitive shelter class, we asked the students, how long do you think it's going to take you guys to build these shelters? And the standard answer in every class I've ever been to is like 2 hours. 6 hours in, these guys still aren't done, you know, and we take a break and we explain to them, now, imagine if you had to start right now at this 6 hour point, you know, the sun's 2.5, 3 hours from going down, and do this. It emphasizes the reasons that we prepare and that we don't want to go in the woods empty-handed. But you learn these skills so that if you find yourself empty-handed, you know you'll live through it. We did hand drill fire, bow drill fire saw using bamboo. We did some traps. We showed the Y-bone trap, which is a cool one. I've got a photo I'll post on my Facebook page of that. We didn't shoot video. That's not what this class was about. And I don't want to put students' faces online unless they bless that, but I'll put some photos up on my Facebook page of the weekend. But overall, that thing was awesome. We had a great time. And just being out in the woods, getting out in the woods and putting this stuff to use. We're coming into the season when it's perfect, you know, in Florida, summertime, it's miserable to be out there doing this stuff, but the weather's cooling off. During the day in Kentucky, it was in this low 70s, and at night it got down into the low 30s. So it was a nice swing, you know, keep your campfire up. We sat around, talked around the fire a lot at night about different stuff. And everybody learned something. Every student I've talked to so far is like, I would make the drive again, and absolutely I would do this again. So, you know, there's no substitute for training, because if all you're doing is watching videos, you know, and you know, unpacking and repacking your bag at the house and touching all the stuff and looking at it, you do not have what we would like to refer to as an experiential frame of reference. You don't know how long it's going to take you to build a primitive shelter, because you've never built a primitive shelter. And some of you are watching, I'm like, I have built lean-tos as a kid and this and that. Well, in sub-freezing weather, a lean-to is not going to keep you alive. If you're not properly prepared, you're going to freeze to death in it. There are shelters you can build, which is what we taught our people to build over the weekend, that will keep you alive in freezing conditions, even if you don't have a sleeping bag. Will it be the most comfortable thing? No. Will you be cold? You probably still may be cold, but you will live through the night. And that's what we're trying to teach folks. So get out there, take some training. American Survival Code is a great class. You can contact me or Alan Kay. You know, we'll come to you guys. I'm going to set up one here in Florida soon. I know I've been asked a lot about it, but we'll set one up here down here in Florida shortly, as soon as the weather gets a little bit nicer, and we'll do one down here. Also going to be planning one in Texas in the very near future, so we'll be coming out there as well. And let me think, there was one more point I wanted to make, and I can't remember what it was. Well, I got some timers, folks. It'll come back around. I'll post it on Facebook. But just want to give you a quick update. You know, just know that everything is progressing. The books are moving forward. The TV shows moving forward. We're gaining a lot more interest now. By talking to these actors and stuff, what happens is they start talking about it, then their managers start talking about it, and their agents start talking about it, and we start building the buzz. People start hearing this from more than one direction, and that's kind of what we need. You know, talking about it on Facebook, you guys posted on your page, that sort of thing, sharing videos like this where people can get the word about what we're up to. That all helps. You know, that's how today's world operates. So, but I enjoyed my time in the woods because there's no cell service. I didn't even have to look at my cell phone. I didn't bother looking at my cell phone because I didn't have service on it. And it's good to disconnect and get away from that garbage for a while, you know. But that's all that's happening right now. And then when more stuff comes up, I'll put it out there for you. I'm planning a YouTube or Facebook Live next week, probably Thursday night, where we'll introduce my buddy Tex McBride, who is helping me write Western Resolve. We're doing that together. It's his AO, and the guy's hilarious. You guys are going to enjoy the characters in this book. Some of them are really, really funny. Some of them are really not funny. But everything's progressing, and I hope to try to have books out here shortly. I got to call my editor when I leave here today and have a long talk with him. But yeah, we're moving forward, folks. We're not sitting around. I know it looks like it. Things happen slow, especially with Hollywood. Things are always slow. I'd have never guessed a year ago that when I kind of got serious about this and brought in producers and directors and stuff, that I would still, a year later, not be there. But it's coming, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And I'm not even worried about it because I know it's going to get there when it's supposed to. So anyway, you guys, you know, click the like. I know that my YouTube page doesn't get a whole lot of videos. I'm trying to fix that too. But again, there's only so many hours in the day, and I'm the only guy that can do 99% of the crap that I need taken care of. You know, everyone's like, you need an assistant. Well, assistants can't write books for me. Assistants can't shoot videos for me. So that's the problem I have. I'm kind of a one-man band, and I got to self-produce all the stuff that I'm doing. But you know, watch the Facebook page. Any updates that I have will be there, and keep an eye on the YouTube page. You never know when something's going to pop in. It could be neat. So anyway, until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.